Hi, and welcome to the Tradebox video on eBay integration. So in this video, what I'd like to do is show you how to create a connection to eBay in the Tradebox One software, and also how we can upload stock levels to the eBay listing. Okay, before we get started, if we just jump across to the Tradebox website, tradebox.uk.com, go to integrations, choose eBay, and videos and guides. So there's lots of videos and guides here which are really useful to get started. Actually, the one called Get Started, if you click on there, you'll come to an article, will ask you two questions, and based upon those answers, you can choose a profile, and that profile will give you a full set of step-by-step instructions for everything that you need to know about getting started with Tradebox, including how you need to deal with Sage. Okay, so let's just close that. If we jump on the Tradebox then. So before we create a channel, you can see I've got no channel set up, I've got no products, we've got no orders. So it's a completely blank version of Tradebox. If I go to configuration and preferences, you'll notice that my stock control method is selected as Tradebox. The other option in there is account software or no stock control whatsoever. Now it's a fundamental option that you choose whilst you're setting the software up, and based upon that choice will dictate where the stock's going to come from and the things that you need to do within the software. So the purpose of the video, I'm just going to use Tradebox. What you'll also notice here as well, there's a manual stock load option. I've turned that off. That's usually on by default because we can either pass your stock levels manually or we can put them within a service and Tradebox will just pass them automatically. Okay, so let's click on close. To set up a sales channel, we click on new, drop down list, choose eBay, click on next. Okay, it's asking for our eBay ID, type that in, click on the button, takes us off to eBay, sign in, and choose the agree button. When that's complete, go back to the software, choose OK, and eBay will generate a token. So this is a really secure token. It's about 500 characters long. It lasts for 80 months and it allows Tradebox, the application, to speak to your eBay account. It will lapse after 80 months, and there is a process within the software where you can renew that. The next thing it wants to know is which site you want to connect with. So by default, we choose all, which allows us to download all orders from all of eBay sites that your ID is operating on, and that is in pound sterling. Or you can choose a specific site. If you choose a specific site, you'll need to choose the corresponding currency. If we click on next, Tradebox is asking us if we wish to import the products from the listings. So I'm going to choose to do that and click on finish. Okay. Okay, so you can see that we've got a sales channel set up now. If I double click into the sales channel, we can see some of the settings that we set up in the wizard, and then there's a whole host of different options here that we can use. So one of the important things, days to download, that goes back a maximum of 30 days. So Tradebox operates on a service, and every time the service goes to eBay, it will go back the number of days you tell it to. So if you've got more than one channel set up, Tradebox does a channel at a time. The loop starts back over again at channel number one. So initially you might want to set Tradebox up to download maybe 30 days worth of sales and then close that loop down to something a little bit smaller. So just be aware the maximum number of days we can retrieve sales from eBay is 30. Another important thing is ignore transactions prior to. So you can set like a watershed there to ignore transactions before a date that you establish. There are sections here about not uploading stock levels, about getting your eBay fees and your PayPal fees, and you'll find much more information upon all of these settings within the articles on Tradebox. One thing we need to do, we've got the statuses tab. You'll see on the statuses tab, we have a marketplace status and a Tradebox status. I'll just double click on that. So eBay status of paid is matched to the Tradebox status of paid. And if I wish to download orders of that status, I need to tick the box and a little download arrow will appear there. Do the same for dispatched. We have a section underneath, which is then about passing those sales into an accounts package, but we don't have an accounts link set up. Okay, and finally, what we need to do is look at turning this channel on, so it's deactivated by default. If I click on the activate button, you can see it becomes active and download turns on, but if I want the upload function turned on, I then have to manually opt that in. Okay, if we go to products, we have a product sitting here now, 42 in stock. If we go to the corresponding listing on eBay, we can see there's 42 available there. If I jump back on here, when we set this up, we made an assumption that the SKU that we downloaded from eBay, we automatically matched that to Tradebox. So we created an inventory item in Tradebox with the corresponding SKU. It's really important that you have SKUs in your custom labels on eBay for this to work. What we also need to retrieve, if we just select that and choose upload options, is your listing ID. Now we get that automatically when we pull your orders, your listings down from eBay. A couple of things to mention here. These are additional options for uploading, so you can exclude individual products from upload. You can upload a fixed quantity. So if I tick that, I can specify a fixed quantity for this specific listing. And then we can also have a maximum quantity to upload. Okay, so the Tradebox service is running. If we go to the log section on the right hand side, you can see we've got a data loop running here, and it's running continuously. Trying to download orders in the last 7 days, updating them if there were any to download, adjusting stock, and then passing stock levels back up to the channel. So to see that in action, if we go to the product here, we can see we've got 42 in stock. Let's just adjust some out. So we'll say we'll take 12 out of stock. We now have 30 in stock. Okay, so Tradebox, as I said, is working in a loop. I'll just show you that there's a service here. This is the Tradebox data service, and that is mirrored within the log section. So the log section basically works in a constant loop, connecting, downloading, uploading. And if we give this a few moments, it will upload the stock level. Okay, and now we can see the quantity for SKU TB00512 was uploaded to eBay. If we pop back across to eBay, still 42 there. Let's refresh that screen. That's changed to 30. Thanks very much for listening. As I said earlier, on the Tradebox site, under integrations, under eBay and videos and guides, we have lots of information, and it's really worth watching. If you've got any questions, you can contact us between 9 and 5 on all working days. You can do that by telephone, via email, or by raising a ticket. And what you'll also find within the software, under the support section, is a whole host of information and access to Tradebox. Okay, thanks very much for listening. I hope to speak to you soon.